Hey guys, I just want to make a quick prep video for those of you who have decided to join me in the Bronze Week Nola to solo to 81 Spider. Um, so a couple things I mentioned you're going to definitely want to try to have. So depending on your hero level, if you are a um, 7 or 8, I would say this is doable. But it's pretty heavy gem investment. If you're a 7 and there's no way you're going to get to an 8, remember you're going to get 1,590 hero shards once you get to 70. So you kind of just got to figure that out. But if you're going to stay a 7, you're probably going to need around 5.5k gems in Bronze Week with the weakest hero. And that's if you have perfect gear. If you're an 8, I imagine probably spending around 4k. But as I mentioned, I'm going to record every time I'm playing. I'm going to record it. However, this of course excludes the smash damage levels, just because I don't want to bore you guys. So, um, if you're a hero level, like 5 and 6, I would still, unless you're going to be pushing with your group, which I don't advise, just because it's Noel Bronze Week. It'd be good if you get to 70, because you'll get the 4-star equipment, which has a very terrible chance of rolling 2 stats you want, which is going to be power and siege, and the dream would be ability on the chest. But if you get power and siege, you'll at least still use it. Um, so yeah, that's at 66, and then at 70 you'll get the 800 points, which will help you progress, to you're here to the next level. So, couple things I also wanted to mention. So if you're going to be able to push high, definitely make sure you're still farming campaign level 205, just because it's the quickest one. It's right here, and it just takes no time. I actually will, just because I have 13. I'll play one for you guys. So basically, I mean, there's no longer ascension. So basically, you just kind of just get like a speed deck going, um, and you kill it very quick. So I'm going to just, I guess, use these. Why not? And it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you have definitely Fury, and I like the lane. So why you pick 205 is just the quickest level by far. You'll see. You always try to get a rock out there, and if you can, Swordsman does really well. And then as soon as Fury's off cooldown, you blow it. You don't really have to worry about any of the other lanes, really. I don't even have to use the spell, but that's just because like my minions are pretty powerful. But I'll just show you. See, it's already beat. But yeah, so that's why you use 205, and your odds of getting like better equipment on other levels in Book 5 is no better. So why not just pick the one that's the quickest to farm, right? Anyway, so why you want to do this is because you need quite a few things. One, if you're gonna be like in the middle of leveling up, you're going to need um, hero points, right, or hero shards. And the main way you can get those without doing the hero packs is through the campaign. So you'll need quite a few of them, and to level up even further, it gets really expensive. From an 8 to a 9, it's 200 of those, as you can see. So you definitely got to work on that. But the other main thing is you also need a lot of dust. So I mentioned this could be off. I've spent up to 19 million dust farming for, or not farming for, but like upgrading the level 5 gear. That was the worst time. I've also had it as low as 6 million to upgrade it to full. It just kind of depends on your luck. So I don't know, right around 11. I think 13 million is a safe bet. You just want to make sure you have that going into the events. So a couple things about the event. Okay, so one, the ascendance, of course, this week they couldn't put Valkyrie here, so literally we just have garbage, right? The only thing maybe worth getting, I'm going to definitely use Commander, just to get some extra speed on the Valkyrie to get him down the lane, because they do a lot of damage. So I think my plans for solo deck this time for Noelle is going to be this right here. So I'm going to play one commander, two Scourges. In solo, I'll play MC, and then I'll do two Valkyries, two Fearless Leaders for the splash damage. Because I'm playing commander, I'm also going to do Trinity. I also like Trinity just because she can save you fire scrolls in special scenarios. So I think she's always worth it, even not ascended. So Blade Dancer because she does a lot of damage, and then the must, in my opinion, in any deck is for Spider is always Bloodstalker, and especially if you're getting the 5-piece. The stats that roll, you're going to get a minion ability, and minion ability can do like you can just get really powerful. I just played Terran, and never felt so powerful with the 5-star from the minion ability with the Bloodstalker. So this is the deck I'd recommend going into it. The spells, so the spells are terrible. They don't really help you. The reason I use the Frozen Heart is because it can get you down the lane if the Spiral lunges and kills all your stuff. The reason I use the spikes is because there's not really a better option. But I will say, like in the lower levels, meaning like the levels like right after smash damage levels, sometimes I'll switch out for like this one, and then maybe even the freeze, or actually this one. And the reason for that being is like you can maybe save some fire scrolls, freezing the two other lanes that you're not going down, right? So, but once you get to a certain point, I think you're definitely going to want to go with this to slow them from attacking you. And then in the event that you can actually hit the spider, this is the only one that will actually do some damage to him. It does boost off your spell power, but I mean, it's not significant. So I don't focus on spell power. As far as gear stats go, so I do have one 5-star. The dream on this one, though, I mean, realistically, would be instead of Portal Healther, you'd have spell power. But once again, doesn't really do that much more, so it's not the end of the world. I actually like Portal Health as an alternate choice. But yeah, you definitely want the crit hit, and you want Siege. For your offhand, if you have a 4-star that has Siege damage on it, use it. But if you don't, typically the stats you want here mainly are just definitely Siege damage, and if you want the little extra boost from the spell power, you can get it. But like I said, if you have a 4-star that has Siege on it, definitely use the Siege, just because there's not many other better options. As far as the helmet or the helm, definitely want crit hits, minion power, and ability. And for the chest, you want power, siege, and ability. That's the dream, but definitely minion and siege for sure going into this. So here, I think movement speed, minion ability are the two priorities. You can also get spell on this one. Once again, I've talked about this though. Spell, in my opinion, doesn't really add that much. So because I have, 2 boost on the minion ability here, I think it's more advantageous for me to use this one. So that's who I am. And then of course, definitely I like the movement speed. If you had like shield chance here, would be also good. But minion, you definitely need siege and power. It's a must. So that's what I'll be using. That's kind of what I recommend. Okay, and then as far as like the play style for the event, right? So when it starts on Thursday or the Thursday morning for me in the United States, the biggest thing is you want to make sure you get in there right at the beginning, because you can get that in the first like minute. There's that trick where you can just get the extra round of scrolls and torches. I will do 1 extra torch each reset, and then I'll do 2 of each scroll each reset. And now I usually have a point in time where I'm far enough along where I'll slow down just to save some gems. But I'd start out the event like that, and the reason for that being is one of the events I did the other way, and I just waited till the end, and I ended up having to spend way too many gems on like a reset because I didn't have enough, and I wanted to beat it. So I recommend starting off strong, starting first with that. I'm not going to be buying any hero packs this time. Um, so it's literally just going to be, the scrolls every 3 hours. Pro tip on the night, I know that a lot of people like their sleep. So really, what you can do, or what I do, is I'm in Eastern time zone, so I will do a 11 o'clock is when the scrolls reset, 11 p.m., and then I'll go to bed and I'll set my alarm for 4 hour or like for 5 hours and 58 minutes before the next. And the reason I do that is because then I can almost get 6 hours of sleep there, and then I can collect the 2 a.m. ones, um, and then really like 3 or 4 minutes later after that, I can then collect the 5 a.m. ones, right? So you can kind of collect two at once, and then you can kind of trick it to get more sleep, more sleep in. So that's how I do that, and then I just go back to bed. But that's kind of what I'd recommend. But honestly, if you don't collect all the resets, you're not going to be able to clear it with 4K gems or 5K if you're 5.5 if you're hero level 7. So just pro tips there. Strong recommendation. I really hope you guys join. There's a lot of talk about the game dying and going away. So yeah, I get that. But here's the thing: what if it doesn't? And in my opinion, like 5-star gear is your edge moving forward in this game. So I'm going to continue to try to get the 5-star. I'm hoping I really like this game, so I'm hoping that they keep it around. But I mean, I get the only cards I really invest in anymore are the 2 monthly cards. These ones, and then I don't really even buy any of the event additional passes. I literally just spend all the gems that I get from this, which is like 12,000 a month, on the spiders, right? And 'cause that's my goal. That's how you progress in this game. So yeah. Anyway, I hope this prep video helps you guys. And then I also hope that many of you decide to join. Like I said, I'll be recording all the solo progress as I go along, excluding the smash damage levels. So best of luck, guys, and hope to see a lot of you guys join me in the path to 81.